This show is called Snack Support and Something to Rally Around. And it basically took form from an ongoing interest I have in collaging and conflating personal history, social and political history, and the history of textiles. So considering the show was from St. Louis, or is being shown in St. Louis, my mom is a very avid snack stockpiler. We have an apocalyptic pantry in our house. So much of the work that I produced for this exhibition was about thinking about mechanisms of survival or support systems that are not necessarily just physical support systems, but are also emotional or psychological or just aesthetic in some capacity. So all of the works that you're seeing incorporate textiles in some way. The two that you're seeing here are crocheted works that have been hand-dyed in a dye called cochineal, which is made from ground-up bugs. It also includes the use of nail polish as a kind of painting implement or a drawing implement, as well as the use of fake foods, in this case onion rings or chocolate chip cookies, spilled nail polish, different kinds of chocolate chip cookies, crocheted sequins, and the fiber that you're seeing is hemp. There's also the use of weaving in this particular piece, Sunday Night Safe Word, which is a text that's been appropriated from a guide to dungeon emergencies and disasters. And the name of the weave structure is called Summer and Winter, which is a 19th century weave structure that was used for colonial coverlet weaving. You could weave two different colors, one on the face and one on the back, so that it was seasonably appropriate all year round. And each of these pieces also include these plaques that have been wood burned that I found in a fuel and feed store in Half Moon Bay, California. And these just are various sayings that I think adages that people use to kind of create a sense of hope in their lives, but they're also highly cliche, so I'm really interested in that tension as well. This particular piece here and many of the other pieces incorporates the use of clocks or time mechanisms, whether they're calendars or a very labor-intensive process, or in this case, a clock itself. This one ticks or features a clock at 5 o'clock. Another clock in the exhibition is ticking or revealing 9 o'clock. So there's always this sense of time that's being explored in a lot of the work. I really enjoy the tension between a very labor-intensive process like weaving and crocheting or dyeing, hand-dyeing something, and the urgency of saying something very political or personal at the same time, the way that we construct our individual identities in the face of time or in the face of other kinds of motifs. I'm also really invested in the idea of snacks as having a relationship to time. Snacks are something that are sort of liminal spaces. They represent liminal time spaces. They're in between lunch, they're in between dinner, they're in between breakfast, but at the same time they are very specific in and of themselves. Snacks are something that are about support. Snacks are something that we soothe ourselves to get through hard times, but at the same time, snacks are things that are seen as vices in some way, or seen as potential menaces, or things that we want to get rid of.